You're watching Watch Fox Sports Zone with Sports Director Matt Dow, Claire Foley, and Jared Parker. Watch Fox Sports Zone, sponsored by Lexington Medical Center, starts right now.
Welcome into Sports Zone, everyone. Thanks for staying up late with us after college football. I'm Sports Director Matt Dowell, joined alongside my co-host Jared Parker tonight. And Jared, it's the second round of the high school football playoffs and SCISA semifinals. We're in some major showdowns tonight as teams try and inch their way closer to that state championship. And Jared, I should say, tonight had some epic endings.
Yeah, Matt, the lights are just as bright as they were during the regular season, but it definitely feels brighter, and maybe that's the time change and it getting darker. But the playoffs are heating up, and it's bringing us the best of the best for our highlights tonight.
When I tell you guys, we have a little bit of everything, as tonight was absolutely wild. Let's get into tonight's second round action, starting with the reigning champions. This one, not so crazy. Maybe that's not unexpected. Dutch Fork versus Boiling Springs. Dutch Fork starting us off, taking the opening drive 60 yards, capped off by this 1-yard run by Kyle Henry. The Silver Foxes up 7-0 early on. Later on, Boiling Springs quarterback Emery Logan trying to avoid a sack, throws it deep. But here he's picked off by TJ Gibson. The Silver Foxes just everywhere. And Jared, they take advantage of the turnover. Big play by the defense there. On the next drive, Dutch Fork quarterback Jackson Knotts hits Wyatt Warner, and he takes it 24 yards, gets hit at the goal line, and puts 6 more points on the board. And then Dutch Fork's next possession, Kyle Fulton taking the handoff, going 40 yards untouched for the touchdown. It's 21-0 Dutch Fork after this, and the Silver Foxes go on to cruise 42-7 over Boiling Springs. They advance to the next round.
All right, Matt, over to Lexington, where 7-3 Lucy Beckham visits 8-3 White Knoll for this round of the playoffs. We join it in the first quarter. Lucy Beckham quarterback Finn Gunter drops back to pass. He feels pressure, decides to take off, and he's taken down just short of the end zone. Bengals in scoring position. Jack LaMonica is going to be the one to capitalize for the Bengals. He bullies his way through the goal line, and Lucy Beckham leads 7-0, and they take that lead into the second quarter, where we find the Bengals punting now. It's Caleb Geronimi back to catch it. Fair catch, but he muffs it. Luckily, though, White Knoll recovers, and Geronimi would make up for it. Wolves driving, Ian Clamp chasing Jace McKeever. McKeever launches this one on the broken play, and it's Geronimi with the amazing highlight reel catch, the reverse dunk celebration at the end. He got penalized for that, but Matt, I think you make a catch like that, you deserve to celebrate how you want. The Timberwolves tie it at 7, and it would be White Knoll winning a close one against Lucy Beckham, 14-10.
Man, maybe the catch of the night.
Yeah.
Big stuff. River Bluff at Stratford. Talk about craziness. Just before the end of halftime, the power goes out, and it lasted for about 20 minutes. Stratford's D trying to shut down River Bluff's passing game. Trenton Fordham with the pickoff here. And then on the other end, some good defense. Gators now with an interception. It's Caleb Renrick with the interception for River Bluff. So some good defense early on in this game. Stratford adds 3 to the scoreboard with the field goal here. And then later on for the Gators, River Bluff's Hayden Myers with a short touchdown run. But then things got crazy. And we got the ending video courtesy of Rob Gant. The Gators scored with 10 seconds left, Jared, to go up 35-34. So that is where things were looking good for River Bluff. You know, they're back and forth. So River Bluff scores with 10 seconds to go. It's 35-34. And then Stratford had one chance, Jared. One final chance, and it had to be a Hail Mary. So let's check out this final play. Again, this is courtesy of Rob Gant, and this is Stratford on the final snap of the game. River Bluff thinks they've got it. You know, they're feeling good, and it's a Hail Mary from Stratford. And Jared, you're not gonna believe this, but Stratford launches it into the end zone, and they catch it. And they win. They beat River Bluff 40-35. Unbelievable scenes. River Bluff can't believe it, and their season ends in heartbreak as Stratford advances. I watched a lot of high school football, Jared. I don't know if I've seen a Hail Mary to win a playoff game. That is epic stuff. Jared, take us to the scoreboards.
Oh, man, we've got some contenders for catch of the night. James Island at Sumter. Sumter double overtime there, but Sumter's season ends with James Island winning 42-35 in a rough one. Spartanburg at Ridgeview. Ridgeview has been a team that's really fought through injuries and whatnot to get to this point, and they advance with a 29-21 win.
Oh, good win for the Blazers. More scores from tonight's action. Batesburg-Leesville, the Panthers at Chester, but the Panthers losing by 14, so their season comes to an end, but a great season for Batesburg-Leesville. Chester advancing, and then Fairfield Central also advancing with a shutout win over Andrew Jackson, 36-0. So a good win for Griffin. The Griffins.
And then we've got Hanahan at Newberry. Newberry, they always put up points. We've seen them put up points throughout the whole season. They did the same thing tonight, winning 41-21. And then Gilbert going on the road to North Augusta. North Augusta, just a really solid team this season with a solid win over a good Gilbert team, winning 35-7.
Yeah, so great scores, great action here. Let's get back to the highlights and continue with 5A. Lugoff Elgin at Irmo tonight in a Midlands battle in the second round. Irmo head coach Aaron Brand saying hey before kickoff. Hey Aaron, what's up, man? First quarter's where we joined this game. Fourth down for Irmo in the red zone. They're going for it. Amir White able to gain the yards they need for a crucial first down. And it was a good decision because on the same drive, the handoff to Jaden Bryant. Bryant punches it in with ease. Irmo leading 7-0 early. But Jared, this game was close and closer than I think many people thought early on. Later on in the first, Lugoff Elgin punting, or so we thought. A fake punt so good they even got me, Jared. Cash Majar with the ball, and this tackle at the end was so hard, my head still hurts. I heard it, and I was like, whoo! So they faked me on the punt and then the big tackle, but that was also a great call from the Demons because on the same drive, Jarquise Grant with the run to get the Demons on the board. Lugoff Elgin fans loving it as this game competitive. The PAT, though, blocked by Irmo, so the Yellow Jackets lead 7-6. Start of the second quarter, Irmo quarterback Drayvon Dobson with a beautiful pass to a wide-open Corey Miller. This game, again, really competitive early on, but Irmo going to go on to cruise and win comfortably 41-16 as the Yellow Jackets are dancing and advancing.
All right, heading over to Gray Collegiate where the War Eagles lead Hartsville 28-21 at halftime. A lot of scoring here. Starting the third, War Eagles pass. Zion Mason picks it off for the Red Foxes. They take it the other way looking to equalize, but Gray would get it back, and redemption for freshman quarterback Xavier Wright comes almost immediately. He finds Hazari Grant downfield, and it's a touchdown for the War Eagles. 35-21, Gray Collegiate leads in the third quarter. And the War Eagles on another long drive that sees them end up with a 4th and 20. Wright dropping back but decides to use his legs, and he's got the first and he's got more. Gray ready to punch it in after that scramble, and it's their trusty running back Trayvon Williamson. He gets the nod, and he takes it in for the War Eagles on the short touchdown. They take a 21-point lead. A monster second half from Gray Collegiate. They take down Hartsville and improve to 10-2, and most importantly, advance to next week.
Yeah, final score for Gray Collegiate, 49-28. Blythewood traveling to Dorman tonight for this second-round matchup, and the Cavs started out hot. First play after scoring on their first drive, Dorman's Carter Nash receiving the punt around the 45, takes it all the way to the house to put the Cavaliers up 14-0 early on. Later on, Dorman continues to pile it on the Bengals on both sides of the ball when Contavion Anderson grabs the interception and activates the game breaker, breaking one tackle after another, taking it 58 yards back for the pick six to put the Cavs up 38-0 in the third quarter. You guys get the picture with this one. It was a good night for Dorman, not so much for Blythewood as Dorman cruises 44-13. Blythewood's season comes to an end. Jared, take us back to the scoreboards.
Yeah, we've got C.A. Johnson on the road at Blackville Hilda. C.A. Johnson getting a big win today, shut out, and they win 28-0. And then Orangeburg Wilkinson, great season for them. They finished 10-2. Really solid season, but just wasn't enough tonight. Loris getting the win 56-20.
Other second round scores for you tonight. In 1A, Bamberg Earhart cruising over Latta 49-6. So watch out for Bamberg Earhart. They're having a really, really good season and doing some big things in 1A. It's time for a timeout here on Sports Zone, but stay with us, y'all, because we've got more highlights and scores from tonight's high school football showdowns coming up next.
You're watching Watch Fox Sports Zone with Sports Director Matt Dow, Claire Foley, and Jared Parker. Watch Fox Sports Zone, sponsored by Lexington Medical Center, starts right now.
Welcome back to Sports Zone, everyone. Matt Dowell and Jared Parker with you. Again, thanks for staying up late or early, however you see it, after college football tonight. Jared, let's get back into our high school football second round highlights. Camden up at Daniel tonight. The Bulldogs trying to keep their season alive. The Daniel faithful watch on as their Lions host the Bulldogs. Camden leading 31-7, though. Late third quarter, Grayson Rent keeping it himself on the option, glides in for the score, and Camden is cruising 38-7. Daniel trying to rally the Lions, but Camden leading 45-7. Late third quarter, Grayson Rimpf again hands it off to Isaiah Smith, who finds the edge, takes it all the way for 6. Camden up 52-7. And Jared, this was one-way traffic for the Bulldogs. Daniel scoring a late touchdown, but Camden winning tonight easily, 52-14, as the Bulldogs are marching on.
All right, Camden laying on the points. We've got AC Flora at Seneca tonight. Seneca has a packed house for their second round matchup. AC Flora leading 7-0. Seneca with the ball late in the first quarter. Gavin Thomas drops back and hits Colton Hawk over the middle for the touchdown to tie the game at 7. Seneca band cheering their cats on after the equalizer. Score still tied at 7. Flora with the ball, and it's Roper Wensky handing it off to Jalen Simmons, who won't be denied as he powers into the end zone. Flora takes a 14-7 lead. Flora's Blake Bittet picking off Gavin Toma on the goal line right there, returning it for a huge pick 6. Look at him go. Jeez, the afterburner's on here. Blake Bittet, and he does things on both sides of the ball. I know we've seen him a bunch. Flora goes on to win 34-21.
Good win for AC Flora on the road as they advance. Westwood at Berkeley tonight over to Stag Country with 25 seconds left in the half. Stags up 14-6. Berkeley offense at the goal line. Henry Rivers runs it in to put the Stags up 20-6. With the made field goal, it's 21-6 with 19 seconds in the half. So they're leading early on. And then Berkeley's defense, Amir Nelson, shows what football is all about with the big hit for the fumble right here, and defensive lineman, Landon Jackson runs it in, puts the Stags up with the scoop and score, 27-6, and the PAT is good, so they lead 28-6 with 9 seconds left. The final score in favor of Berkeley as they take out the Red Hawks, 48-20, so a tough night on the road for Westwood, a good season for them, but it is Berkeley who is advancing.
All right, heading over to Clinton, where Saluda is visiting the Red Devils back at Wilder Stadium for round 2 against Saluda. No score in the first quarter, but Rhett Gilliam in for the Red Devils score. Saluda takes the ball downfield, and Braden Williams fights his way through the pile in for 6. The extra point was no good, but Clinton knocking out the Tigers to reach the 2A quarterfinals. The Red Devils winning 35-25. Clinton will host Fairfield Central, who had a big win tonight, Matt, next week.
Yeah, Clinton Fairfield Central should be a great game. Saluda was winning that game. Clinton had a big fourth quarter, so a tough end to the season for the Tigers. But Clinton and Fairfield Central will be very, very interesting next week. So that's our high school league scores. But Jared, maybe the biggest upset of the whole night came in SCISA 4A. In the semifinals between Heathwood Hall and Hammond. And we're going to get you to the ending, because how about this? Tied at 13 with 1.5 seconds left to go. James Richardson, can we get rid of the lower third so people can see this? James Richardson kicks the 23-yard field goal for the Highlanders to take the lead. Heathwood fans going crazy. Jared, are we about to see an upset of old-time proportions on our hands? But if you're Heathwood Hall, you got to take a breath, because there still is time on the clock. Hammond is a dynasty. They can make it happen. Final play of the game. Hammond only has the kickoff return to work with. They try and find an opening. They're playing hot potatoes. You take it, find the space, anything if you're the Skyhawks. But Heathwood makes the tackle, and then the celebrations begin, because Heathwood Hall upsets Hammond 16-13 to advance to the state championship next Friday. Hammond is out, and Jared, Heathwood Hall ends their 20-game losing streak to Hammond.
Wow.
What a stunner, what a result, what a game. What a moment for Heathwood Hall. They'll play Northwood next Friday in the SCISA 4A State Championship. And one final score, another Midlands team that will also be in the SCISA 3A State Championship is Wilson Hall. And Jared, we've been following the Barons all season long. This team is good. They can put up points as you see tonight, and they continued that theme with this win over Hilton Head, 50-29. So a good win for the Barons as they will try and bring home a state championship next week. So we've got Heathwood Hall, Wilson Hall. If you're a Hall fan, you are loving SCISA action.